How many times have you had questions about how you can manage your opportunity pipeline a lot better with the help of your team, yourself, and really trying to get some valuable data out of your CRM? Well, in today's video, we're going to show you how you can start effectively tracking your Redtail opportunities by giving you some best practices tips and how you should be cleaning up your descriptions, as well as how you should be setting up your opportunity pipeline overall. Hey, it's Matthew. If you're looking to build workflows that actually work and help your firm scale and grow, please feel free to grab your copy of Mastering Strategies to Avoid the RA Disaster. The link will be in the description below. And if you're serious about building workflows, processes, and automations for your firm, let's connect. Schedule an intro call with us using the link in our description below, and we'd be more than happy to get to know you and your firm. All right, now back to the video. So we're in our Redtail Opportunities tab, and by going here, you just click the tab on the left-hand side that says Opportunities, and we're going to show you a real-life example of what a good opportunity tracking situation looks like. So right here, we have our example for Jane Schmo. So I'm going to go ahead and click on her opportunity in another tab here, and once this uploads and once this populates, we'll show you exactly what we mean. So we have the name as the prospect that we're engaging with. We see that she is going to be having her introductory meeting, or maybe you've already had it. So right here in our next steps, I've already identified what needs to happen next. So it looks like we already scheduled with her. After every meeting that you have with a prospect, you should always be updating the opportunity along with their Redtail contact card with any information that may have been very important during the meeting that you want to get down. And next, we're going to go to the right-hand side here, and the best way that we've seen firms really utilize this close date is when are they expected to finalize their decision. So let's say we had our first meeting on, let's say, the 14th. And I know it takes, let's say, about a month to close a prospect in our pipeline. What we're going to want to do is actually just say, hey, instead of April 7th or 14th or whatever date it is, I'm just going to push it out a month further, a month into the future, knowing that our prospecting pipeline kind of takes about a month or so to close a new client. So going further to the right-hand side here, we also have linked the existing contacts. So I see that Jane Schmo is already linked to this, and we know a lot of firms don't actually track this. This is going to be extremely important when you are actually talking about running reports out of your CRM. So we like to see that that contact has already been created in your CRM and also has been tagged to this specific opportunity. Now on the left-hand side, if we go under Stage, this is where we can manage the different types of meetings that we have with our prospects. Now, you could have a 1-meeting prospect pipeline, a 3-meeting prospect pipeline, maybe you have 5 different meetings that you have with a prospect before you actually close them. This is the way that we've seen a lot of firms have success with really tracking where their prospects are in their opportunity pipeline. Next here, we have our standardized type of opportunity. So is this new or existing? This can be valuable data to your firm as well to see if you're getting a lot more traction from referrals or existing business, or if it's from new business and maybe you have some other marketing initiatives that you push out there. And I'll drop down below here to see the source. So we have a couple different examples of sources. So let's say that we do a lot of blogs. Let's say we do and host dinner event seminars regularly. If we want to be able to track where these leads are then converting to prospects, this is a great way to do it. And then here we see that a lot of firms like to track where it's or who it's assigned to. So we see that I'm currently assigned to it, and if I wanted to say Jeff was actually assigned to it, I can always make that change. And then finally, you always want to going to keep track of the expected amount of assets to transfer over. Now, if you are, let's say, only planning for a fee, or you're only charging like a one-time fee, then you would also want to put that amount in this area here, just so that you know how much new revenue is coming into your firm on a monthly, quarterly, or even yearly basis. And finally here, this is where it's going to get extremely important for tracking purposes. So under your description, you should have some sort of template as to how you keep track of your opportunities. Now we have 3 different areas below here, and I can expand this a little bit just to show you what we're talking about. So we have a couple of different options. So the first one that is probably going to be the most important is tracking the notes, right? You want to track those high-level detailed notes. You just want to glance at your opportunities and really see like what's going on. So if I know that this prospect needs to give us more tax documents, then I can start tracking that in the notes here. I also want to note that they are currently going through a divorce, and let's say that they are new to financial planning. So these are, again, very high level notes that you want to keep track of. If you want to keep more detailed notes on a prospect, I would do that directly into the prospect's contact card under a note. Next here, we're going to want to show you the move or did not move forward because. This is going to show you why your prospects are not moving forward in your pipeline. Maybe there's a disconnect on what the expectation is up front. Maybe they don't understand your investment philosophy. And then finally, a common one we see, maybe your prospect is only looking for an asset manager, not a financial planner. Again, you can have various reasons. Maybe you have a list internally already of why a prospect would not move forward. This would be a great area to start tracking it in. If you want to keep track of where your prospects are not moving forward, we always suggest keeping this as a template. The different types, again, of those prospect meetings that you have under your stages here. So if I know after this first meeting, they're not going to be a good fit, what I'm going to do is delete all the other options that I had. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to close lost them. So what that does is I've finally pushed them over into a lost opportunity. I've tracked the notes. I understand why they did not want to move forward. And then I'm actually tracking at which meeting did they not move forward in. And our final observation or final thing we're going to want to update when closing out an opportunity is to track directly in the close date when they decided to tell us no, or when we decided internally that we're not going to be moving forward with this prospect. Reason for this being, you want to make sure that these dates are accurate, because when you run those, again, monthly, quarterly, or yearly reports, you're going to want to see which month, which quarter, which year did this prospect decide not to move forward in. So that's how you keep track of your opportunities pipeline in Redtail. And hopefully we gave you some insights here on how you can start tracking them, how you can maybe push some best practices tips to your team so you can start getting valuable data out of your CRM.